So I've got everything the way I want it to look. Again, it doesn't matter if you have stuff hanging off the side of the artboard. It does matter if you have like one thing from this section invading another section and you don't want it to. That you have to get rid of. But anything hanging off, again, the side of the artboard, doesn't matter, no biggie. Okay, let me show you how easy this is. We are going to make all this one big shape, and here's the easiest way I know how. It's my little, it's not a cheat, it's just working smarter and harder. You're going to go to File, Export, and what you're going to do is, instead of a JPEG, you're going to export this as a PNG. And I'm just going to call it Silver Laser PNG, and I'm going to click Use Artboard. So it's extremely important that you do that. When you hit export, don't just say okay. Make sure your resolution is set to 300 ppi. That's important for what we're doing. And make sure your background is set to transparent. Easy. Say okay. And what I found is that it creates a PNG file, but the PNG file is not on this artboard yet, so we have to add it. So here's the easiest way I know how. I'm going to compress all my other layers, make them invisible, lock them. So they're there, but I'm not working with them anymore. I'm making a new layer, and I'm going to call this new layer Laser. Oh yeah. Okay. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the new image I created. So I'll go to File, Place. Let's see if it pops up. Yep, it's under my downloads. There it is, PNG. Okay, so wherever you saved it, and I'm going to hit Place. And there it is. Yay. And it's no longer editable for Adobe Illustrator. This is now a bitmap image, but we are going to, or pixel-based image, we're going to change this back to a raster or vector. So here's how you do that. You go to Window, Image Trace, and make sure it sets to black and white. Click Advanced, click Ignore White, although I don't think there is any white in this image, and hit Preview. Yeah. Let's just say okay to that. And what it did is it traced it, and it made it now vector. And what I've noticed is that sometimes in the process of doing this, things become fuzzier or I lose details. So you really have to take some time. And like, for example, I'm going to say I want more paths. Let's see what that does over here. I'm going to say less corners, round things out. Maybe make my threshold a little bit less. Let's see what that does. And just kind of play around with it and make sure that everything looks the way I want it to look. You know, if I go like all the way, just to show you, if I go all the way up to 100%, well, actually, that looks pretty good. But I do find that like sometimes playing with this, you can get better results by messing with it a little bit. So make my paths high and less corners. And I guess I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so if you've got an image that looks good there, unclick Preview and hit Trace. And then go to Object, Expand, and if you did this correctly, lo and behold, check it out. It's now editable anchor points, which is great, because now all I have to do is just get this for the laser cutter. And you know, I think I am going to make one more video and just show you what to do. But just to quickly go through this, if you're going through, and sometimes people notice this, they look at their image and say, Miss Silver looks good, but like I'm missing a key detail that I had. You cut it out. You can always go back and add it. But like, say for example, I wanted to add, I don't know, a chimney here. I would have to take that and either through Shape Builder or Pathfinder. Actually, Shape Builder is pretty easy at this point. I could just go with the Pathfinder too, and I could unite. But I can't leave it like this because it's not one big image. I have to physically, oops, what just happened there? Edit, undo. You know, I think I know why, but I'll just do it through Pathfinder. What the heck? I have to make this one big vector like that. Okay, so I'll show you what to do in the very next video, and I think that will be the final one. I hope.